Well, here we go then for the final race of the day for the Total Karting Zero Championship. You can see the cadets lining themselves up in the holding bay, not yet on the dummy grid. Getting out of the way at the moment, but you can see there everyone lined up. Now, it was a very exciting race that we saw for heat number 2 on your stream. Wesley Coombs taking that race win from Joel Dixon-Cohen, and Ellis Garrett taking 3rd place. Slightly different to what it was for heat 1. It was Wesley Coombs, Ellis Garrett and Joel Dixon-Cohen, so the same 3, just in a different order. A very exciting race that we saw from those, and hopefully the final will just be exciting.
Just as exciting, yeah. It's obviously
exciting.
Very clear that these 3 drivers are the class of the field. There's Rob Smedley, just to the right of your screen there in the sort of the dark green sort of puffer jacket, just chatting to one of the drivers driving the green helmet. And again, he's been, overseeing this like a bunch, like a nervous mother hen. These are all, they're not all his kids, but one of them is, but the rest of them are all his kids, figuratively speaking. Again, he was kind enough to share some of his best British Grand Prix memories with us yesterday, and he's been a mentor to many Formula 1 drivers, but now he's a mentor to the next generation of karting talent. Now, just being Ian Rogers, our good friend and colleague from Motorsport Timing, Max Winfield is now in kart number 4 in that race. So it wasn't Felix Smedley, it was Max Winfield, just sort of, how can I say this? Wrapping up that little mystery, here they come out onto the circuit.
Well, into the dummy grid, not the circuit.
The dummy grid. Well, yes, of course. What am I talking about? I'm busy looking at people messaging me, saying, "Oh yes, Grandad Bill's been on." That is Thomas Behrman's granddad and Oliver Behrman's granddad. Oliver Behrman, ex-British karter. He is currently leading both the Italian and the German Formula 4 Championship, and won his first race of the day out in Italy. There we go. Thank you, Grandad Bill.
I suspect it's much nicer weather in Italy at the moment.
Oh, you would like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You've got to remember there's karting going on in Napoli at the moment as well. It's around 31 degrees there at the moment. So, yeah, it's nice and toasty.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be out in Italy for the the Saudi World Series finals coming up very soon, next month.
Lovely stuff.
Out in Sarno, I would believe, if it's in Napoli. Is it Sarno?
I think it is Sarno.
Yeah, Sarno. Someone's going to correct us on the...
Yeah. There's the number 6 just whizzing past your shot. Wesley Coombs, your race winner
now,
from Heat 1 and Heat 2.
Here's kart number 4. Who's going to be in kart number 4 this time? Is it going to be Felix Smedley or is it going to be Max Winfield?
Well, it's the same helmet that was in the number 4 that came 3rd last time, which was Max.
Ah, okay. In that case, I will defer to your superior knowledge, Mr. Jordan.
Well, yesterday I was seeing Felix Smedley. He had a white helmet with some red accents on it on the side.
Yes, okay. Yes.
That was the helmet that I saw yesterday. But I was looking a little bit different today. I don't know if he's got a different helmet for racing. But yes, it's not seeing that at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But there's the field on the left-hand side. The number 7 there, Joel Dixon-Cohen, and he came 3rd place earlier on. We're getting the thumbs up from the dummy grid, and I suspect it'll be a quick, brief radio message, and the karts will be released, and we shall get the final underway for the cadets. And here's a look at the grid. Wesley Coombs starting on the front row with Ellis Garrett alongside Joel Dixon-Cohen, and Max Winfield rounding out on row number 2 with that green helmet. There we go. Eva Morris on the 3rd row of the grid with Tom Parry alongside. Then it's Thomas Gray and William Swales rounding out row number 4. Lily Hilton, Trevelyan Sansom, and Felix Smedley with the white helmet with the red accents, the Stilo helmet there, seeing, round out the grid.
Yes, and I'm going to count the karts. I'm going to count 2, 4, 6, 8. Still only 10 karts.
Right. So
and there's Felix Smedley walking away with his white crash helmet with the red accents down the side. So poor old Felix. Now, I got to think that probably Felix just knows that if Dad tells me I've got to give up my seat for another driver, then I shall. So Felix has taken one for the team, as it were. I think by the looks of it. So unfortunately, Felix isn't out there today, and he looks pretty sort of resigned to the fact. He's just opening the grid gate, wandering out there. There's no tantrums or hysterics. He's like, well, okay, no problems. That's got to be tough, for Rob Smedley. He's there. He's got one child that's his own, but the rest of the children are all his own as well, in a different way.
Yeah.
Well done, Felix. So Felix Smedley, give him a big props for obviously not going out in his own kart and giving his kart up to a fellow driver. Again, it's not a championship round; it's a guest round. So Max Winfield is the lucky recipient of Felix Smedley's kart, and that would mean that Max would be in kart 4 for this race. So 6 minutes plus a lap for the TKZ Cadet final. Standing start here at Mansell Raceway on, shall I say it, Anthony? Shall I say it?
Say it.
On a slightly drying track. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I said it.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's still wet, but it is not raining. The wind has picked up. We're quite high up at the old Dunkerswell Aerodrome. So therefore, the wind will start to dry the tarmac quite quickly.
Indeed, and the wind is howling. I have to say, with this championship, TKZ, they're not making it easy for us either. So you've got TKM, you've got KTM, you've got KZ2.
KTM?
Well, I know they're bikes.
Yes.
But yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? But
there we go.
And TKZ as well. But the rain is on its way. You've jinxed it already, Henry. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Green flag will go up at the back. There it is. We'll get the picture-in-picture. The lights will come on. Oh, we're going to get all 4 lights this time. We are indeed. It's lights out and green flag. It's a good start from the front. You can just see there the bobbing heads there trying to get away. Is there any momentum you can get down in towards turn 1? Good start there. The 6 and 3 side by side, but everyone gets through. So Wesley Coombs grabbing hold of that lead straight away, but side by side it's Garrett and Dixon Cohen who were battling side by side furiously last time. Don't do it this time, or do they? They do indeed. The number 3 of Garrett holds on to that one, and they all now slot into position. You can see there the number 4 there, Max Winfield, who came 4th in the last race, gets a little bit of a nerf in the background there. Eva Morris as well, giving a little bit of a tap into the braking zone of turn for number 4, but good start so far, Henry.
And they're all through the first couple of corners without a single spinner for the first time. That's good to see, and it also bodes well for potentially not just the 3-kart battle at the front, but at the moment you've got 5 karts breaking away, with Winfield in 4th, Eva Morris in 5th. But it's the 3 usual contenders, Coombs, Garrett and Dixon Cohen leading the way. Black crash helmet, Wesley Coombs, bright green crash helmet of Ellis Garrett, and then the plain white lid of Joel Dixon Cohen. 3 separate lines once again, Coombs having to defend. You can see Winfield in the number 4 kart and Eva Morris, the number 10, stalking these lead trio through turn number 1 as we start lap number 2. The top 5 have broken clear, with Gray, Hilton, Parry, Swales and Sansom rounding out the field. Battle on for second position. Garrett is now ahead of Dixon Cohen. Of course, the situation was reversed in the previous race. There goes Dixon Cohen up into P2. These two have got to get themselves sorted out because Coombs is pulling away, Anthony.
He is indeed, and Winfield is closing in as well. And just behind, you can see there Eva Morris closing in as well. So it was only a 3-place battle the last time around. We're looking at a 5-kart race here for this final. 4 minutes plus that 1 additional lap. You can see there the top 5 nose to tail as they enter the back straight in towards the final corner. They exit this one onto the start-finish straight. What are the times going to be? Because last lap fastest time was set by Joe Dixon Cohen. They crossed the line, and it is still Joel Dixon Cohen who gets that fastest lap of the race still. Holds on to that one. So good pace there in the front of the grid. You can just see there, under pressure, Garrett piling it on. Now wanting that second place back.
And behind these 3, I've just seen Eva Morris pass Max Winfield for 4th place. They're side by side again, just flashing through the back of your camera shot there, coming out of the complex. So the battle is on for 4th place. Coombs trying to pull away in the leads. They come into turn number 4. There goes Morris in the number 10 cart and Winfield in number 4, 4th and 5th. There's a big gap behind them to Thomas Gray in 6th, Lily Hilton in 7th, Tom Parry in 8th, Trevelyan Sansom in 9th and William Swales in 10th. But the lead trio beginning to pull away, but Eva Morris now closing in as they come around. Oh, I put the commentator's curse on her. Sorry, Eva. She goes for a spin, and that allows Winfield back into 4th place, and it does give the lead trio an opportunity to scoot away with Coombs now under a bit more pressure than he was this time last time around. From Dixon Cohen. Dixon Cohen on the outside now. Try the undercut coming off turn number 1. No, the kart's sort of pushes out a little bit wide coming through turn number 1 into the complex on lap number 4.
Yeah, you could see there from Dixon Cohen, who it sets the fastest lap of the race, sacrificed a bit of the entry speed, so pushed quite hard into the entry. It just understeered, and that really slowed him down at the exit. That's allowing Garrett to just keep that car in check, but you can just see there it's slightly quicker through the complex section, and still right nose to tail. So Coombs under a severe amount of pressure here, but it's all one thing catching up. It's getting past is the other part of it, isn't it? So out of turn number 5 in towards turn 6. You can see there the walls closing in on them. Under braking now, everyone getting through. Of course, like we say, there's a little bit more weight on this one. They've got around about 13 more kilos on board than what a normal a cadet kart would have. So, you know, there's a little bit more to think about. And again, at these young ages, it's a lot to think about, isn't it? Of course.
Yep, so on to the start-finish straight. They fan out once again. Now, can Dixon Cohen go around the outside? He actually led at the end of that lap across the start-finish line very briefly, but Coombs had the racing line for turn number 1. These drivers, so Dixon Cohen and Garrett, they spent all morning really following in the wheel tracks of Wesley Coombs, so they should know where Wesley's going to be defending. It's up to them now to try and, if not, sort of ease Coombs into a mistake, lull him into a false sense of security and surprise him somewhere that he isn't going to be expecting a move. There's Winfield in 4th position. Morris still runs in 5th. Gray 6th. Parry 7th. Swales 8th. Hilton 9th. And Sansom 10th. Once again, Andy, a great battle between these 3 drivers. And Dixon Cohen almost alongside him. He's never going to get around the outside under braking going into the dog leg in the rain, but it doesn't stop him trying.
Oh, no, you definitely don't go for him. If there's a gap there, you go for it, don't you? But the gap very quickly disappeared.
Okay, looking forward a little bit. We've got 20 seconds to go. That's the second time that Dixon Cohen has followed Coombs out of the dog leg, pulled alongside him, and been ahead by the time they hit the finish line. If he does that, not next time around, but the time after that, they'll get the last lap board at the end of this lap. But if Dixon Cohen can do that again, he'll win this race.
Exactly, and that's going to be the crucial thing to keep an eye on, isn't it? Because it could be a run to the line, because it is quite a long run out of the dog log. It's not the longest, but it is still plenty of length there. So the timer clicks over to 0. We have still got that final lap to go, though. They'll cross the line and receive that final lap board in towards the braking zone of Hangar Bend. You can just see there, right nose to tail. Coombs under pressure from Dixon Cohen there in the number 7 in 2nd place. But still, Ellis Garrett is right there in 3rd. It's going to be, once again, too close to call.
So the last lap board comes out. Let's see once again, 2 different lines. Who gets the finish line first on this lap? It is Coombs by a 1/4 of a second. Maybe that wide line by Dixon Cohen going into dogleg. It's not him trying to make a passing attempt. It's him lining the exit of that corner up as best he can for a maximum straight line speed. Coombs holds on. Garrett is going to play the spoiler here. Dixon Cohen has got to keep Garrett behind him for the next half a lap to have a chance at out-dragging Coombs to the line. Into turn number 5 we go. At the end of Mini Straight, they come straight out of turn 5 into turn number 6 now. And they now come out of the turn 6 complex into Hangar Bend. Oh dear, and that's going to be a problem. That's right on the start-finish line. Oh dear, there's a yellow flag on the start-finish line for driver number 2, Lily Hilton. Are they going to get that yellow flag, that kart sorted? The kart's still there. And there is a yellow flag, so Coombs, if he can lead into this corner, he's going to lead out of it. There's a kart on the finish line. The driver's going to have to move to the inside. And Coombs does hold on for victory from Dixon Cohen and Ellis Garrett in third place. Oh, what a shame that we didn't have that grandstand finish, Anthony. Let's hope that obviously there's a mechanical issue with that kart. I say it is a mechanical issue with the kart. Some sort of electrical problem there with the number 2 kart. So Wesley Coombs, Joel Dixon Cohen and Ellis Garrett, your top 3. 0.3 of a second separating the top 3 in TKZ Cadet. Max Winfield finishes 4th, Eva Morris 5th, Thomas Gray 6th, Tom Parry is 7th, 8th for William Swales, 9th for Lily Hilton. Trevelyan Sampson rounds out the top 10. And no, Trevelyan Sampson finishes 9th, and Lily Hilton we just saw losing a lap there right at the end. Sadly, she fails to... Well, she finishes a lap down in 10th position. Wesley Coombs, a great result. And Joel Dixon Cohen chasing him all the way, as was Alex Garrett. 2 fantastic races in TKZ Cadet. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great pleasure on behalf of the Wera Tours British Kart Championship to be able to bring you these races. Indeed, I'm not lying, that is the future of karting you've just seen. And now at exactly 12 o'clock, the traditional petrol engine karts will be back on circuit next. It is going to be the first of our 2 repecharges. It is going to be for Junior Rotax.